Sip Parvati Amma, Sip Atmatre, Sip Bliko, Sip Karan, Sip Swati, Sip Bliss, Sip Rumataji, Sip Buddh. And I can see, I think Ashok and the rest of you whom I cannot see, I welcome you to this call. Administrator, interesting subject, very interesting subject today. What is the subject? Even though we know the truth, why don't we realize it? Even though we know the truth, why don't we realize it? Who would like to go? And today is going to be an interactive session. And I'm going to ask you all the questions. Rumataji, bataiye. Even though we know the truth, Rumataji, why don't we realize it?
Shivoham Guruji, Pranam Guruji.
Pranam, Shivoham, bataiye.
Guruji, because we are somehow involved in sansar, myth sansar. Something pulls us.
Arey Rumataji, kya general answer de rahe aap? Everybody is in samsar. I am also in samsar. Why just because we are in samsar, is it we cannot realize the truth?
No, Guruji, we become busy in something or the other, and we forget.
Can you hear me, Administrator? Huh?
Yes, sir. All okay.
Sure.
Okay, I lost Rumataji. Bataiye.
Guruji, we get involved in sansar, and we are away from enlightenment.
Okay, but you're not answering the question, even though. Point. Even though we know the truth, why don't we realize it? For example, you know the truth that God doesn't live in the skies. Still, you pray to God. Why? Why you don't realize? You know God is Sip. Correct? I'm questioning you. You know God is Sip, but still you know it, but you don't realize it. I'm telling you why.
अप्रोक्ष अनुभूति नहीं होती इसलिए।
अरे आप डायलॉग तो बहुत अच्छे बोलते हैं। अशोक निचान, let us see. अब और सोचिए. No, today you see, today's session is very important. Today's session, my dear friends, is very important in the journey of enlightenment.
Guruji, for example, death is sure to come, but then still we are busy in collecting the things. So it is ignorance which makes us do like this. Sorry.
Here you don't even know, matlab. Don't you know you never die? Don't you know it that you will never die? You know or you don't know?
Yes, we are soul, divine soul. Then we don't die. But if our body will die,
but know
we
it.
think like this, now we will die.
Why?
Sure to.
Why? I want to give you simple answer today. I am sure answer will come from the masters, all of you. But let us start. Ashok Nichani. Aap sochiye Rumataji. Ashok Nichani, after Ashok Girish, after Girish Vinita, then Bliko, then Chidanand, then Rajesh Rao. Arey, not bad. I'm happy today. So many people. Ashok Nichani, bolo.
Shivam Sarji.
Shivam.
Sarji, there are many points for this. First of all, we are living in ignorance. Then we are living in minds. We are living in mind state. We are the slaves of our mind. We think we have a lot of time to do that. The more important is our daily routine and desires. We think it's a difficult task.
Why?
Because so many years we have been living in ignorance, we have not used our intelligence.
So why? Why you know the truth but you don't realize it? You're not giving a simple answer. I want simple answer. I don't believe in complicating.
Slaves of the mind.
Why?
Because we are not in consciousness.
Now you're saying something good, but one aspect is missing, one small aspect. Girish, why Girish? We know the truth, but we don't realize it.
Even though we know, we are not doing.
Why?
We continue in our state of ignorance because there is no magic. We have no mumukshutva. We do not ask, investigate, and realize. There is no GGGG, 4G, grace
Okay.
of God and
But can you make it more
guidance of
simple?
Guru.
What you say? Answer is correct. Answer is
Yes.
not wrong. But I'm
We-
asking.
Yes,
I'm asking you a simple thing.
yes,
You know the truth, or you don't know the truth?
yes. I know the truth.
You know God is everywhere. You know,
Yes,
but do you realize?
no. Because I believe in fairy tales. I follow the herd. I am in a state of mind. And one knowledge
You all,
is replaced by another knowledge. Once it is
you
realized,
all are saying.
not capable
No,
of
you
being.
all are saying. You all are saying the right answer. But like that day I told Chidanand told the right answer. And after telling the right answer, he went on bada 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 bada. And then why you should see, in the teacher always told me in the question paper, if you know the right answer in 3 words, don't give 30 words. The teacher always told me, if you know the question answer in 3 words, you tell the answer in 3 words. You try to make the answer 30 words, you will tell all wrong things. Vinita, thank you, Girish. All right answers. Ashok, right answer. Girish, right answer. Vinita.
Because we don't want to face it. It's easier to live with our illusions.
Why?
Because sometimes the truth can
Is
be
it like that?
unpalatable.
Can you tell me one example of one truth which you know but you don't want to realize? Can you give me one example?
In the sense that I know that God is within me, and yet somewhere there is something blocking it.
What?
My problem is I don't know what is blocking it, and I'm finding it difficult to face it and
So
accept
today you will
it.
come. So today you will get the answer.
Okay.
Today you will get the answer.
Okay.
Bliko. Thank you, Vinita. Bliko.
Shivam, everybody.
Sure.
This is one word answer is forgetfulness.
Mm.
Because
Why?
I know everything and I forget. I know everything and I forget. If
Why?
I know myself, I am a man, right? When I wake up from the sleep, I don't have to remember that, oh, who am I? Well, I'm man or woman or what? I don't check whether I am man or woman, right? So that is a realization.
Because you realize it.
Realization.
Correct. But you don't, other things you don't realize. Why?
So knowing is not important. Realizing is important. And realizing is like that. If somebody is very busy in like a business empire or prime minister or something, he's very busy, but he don't forget to breathe. His
But Biko,
heart don't stop.
Biko, I'm stopping and asking you.
That is automatic.
You know the truth. What you also tell me, I know God is in everybody.
Everywhere. God
but
is
I
in
don't
me.
realize
Yeah.
it. Why?
Yeah,
But why you don't realize it? You forget God is there. No.
Forgetfulness
Don't tell me you forget.
means it's a clouding of other things which makes that realization
No.
blocked.
No, Bliko. We should understand this answer today, because by understanding this answer, we can realize the truth. Today's session is very important.
Yeah,
Today's session is very important. We have to understand why we know, but we don't realize. Today we have to understand. Chidanand, Rajesh, Atmatray. No, because you all, and one more thing, Bliko, Girish, you all know the answer. You all know the answer, but you don't realize the answer. Ashok Nichani, first master of the today. All beautiful answers. Ashok Nichani, amazing answers. You know it. He knows the answer like nothing. Still, he will go to Rameshwaram with 22 wells ka dubki. Latest kahan hai, Ashok? Where did you go latest, Ashok Nichani? Where did you go latest pilgrimage?
Rameshwar, Sarji, last month.
Ashok Nichani still went to Rameshwaram for 22 well ki dubki, even though it is not relevant. Chidanand.
Shivam Guruji. I think that
Sure.
it is because we stick to our identity, me, M and E, and we don't have Shraddha in what we learn from magic.
So what's the answer? Even though we know the truth, why we don't realize it?
Because we don't want to lose our identity. That surrender of ego is not possible, and we are clinging to it. And there is lack of faith because Shraddha, if
You
it
know,
is there in what we learn, naturally you have to give up your identity with mind and ego and body, and then it is there.
before the session ends today, please let us discuss where does the ego come from. Don't forget, we must touch. Don't forget this topic. We will touch this topic. But let me go on to Atmatra. Rajesh Rao, Shayad, then Atmatra.
Sir, I
कुछ शायरी है?
शायरी आएगी अपने आप आएगी.
हाँ, बोलो.
I think it is because of this monkey mind, the body mind, which distracts us and it will not allow us to see beyond it.
Good. Can you explain why? Your answer is bang on. But in
Yes.
one word, see, I like the answer. What he said, Rajesh Rao said, it's because of the monkey mind. Did he say anything else? He said nothing else. Now, Rajesh Rao, explain why, Rajesh Rao.
The monkey is not becoming monk
Why?
because मन का की नहीं ले रहे हम, मन की सुन रहे इसलिए बोला.
मन का की क्या नई बात कही आपने?
मन का की, the key to control the man.
What is that?
Realization that I am sick.
And that is because of the EY. Na? You're not your monkey becomes monk. when
Ever
you cut the
yelling.
tail.
Yeah, the tail has to be cut.
Ever yelling. You know, I thought you were going to sing the bhajan. You know what I thought you were going to sing today, Rajesh? You know what I thought you were going to sing? I thought Girish also will sing. But Eru just sent me that when this message, what's the topic? She sent me this bhajan. I asked her, what's the meaning? I asked her. She said, what she told me? Shanti mein hai jo जीवन जीता सत्य का चित करता वो आनंद पाता शांति में ही तो एहसास ये होता प्रभु है अंदर महसूस ये होता शांति से मिला क्या हसी आनंद सत्य के चित्त में मिला सच्चिदानंद. This one
Full answer,
Antra.
Sirji.
This one antra, no, you should not forget it in your life. And it has many things in the meaning. I want to explain this to you because she sent me a very beautiful words what she has said. I want to explain this to you, but first Atmatray. Because you have to understand what this means. Rajesh Rao, ye aap bolo mat, ye song yaad karke, Girish, this is, you must not, you know this Girish by heart or you don't know this? You must know this. It's very beautiful. Atmatray.
Shivam, sir.
So, Shivam, sir.
I think, sir, we cannot contemplate.
Why?
That's why truth cannot be realized.
Because the mind does not let you contemplate.
Yes.
What Rajesh Rao told, because the monkey goes on jumping. And you must understand why the monkey is jumping. The monkey is jumping because the monkey does not want you to realize.
I see.
Atmatra, why does the monkey not want you to realize? You know that, Atmatra, you realize that?
Why? My mind knows he will die.
Atmatra, you know the answer, but you don't realize the answer.
Yeah.
If anybody in this call, my dear friends, anybody in this call can only still your mind, you will kill your mind. You know, we are all making foolish decisions. Today I wrote a quote. We are all making foolish decisions because of the mind. What I wrote, we are making foolish decisions because of the mind. And if you are going to make, if you want, let me read about the quote I wrote today. I said, whenever we are making a foolish decision, the culprit is the mind. Whenever we are making a foolish decision, the culprit is the mind. But when the intellect is in command, we make the right decision, we find. When the intellect is in command, we make the right decision because the mind does not want us to make the right decision. The mind is killing us. The mind is destroying us. Still, you have not got a very clear answer. So I'm still waiting for the 100% perfect answer. So Swati Subramanian.
When we know a thing, but we are not able to realize it, so according to me, it means that we are choosing not to realize it.
No, wrong. We are not choosing. Our mind is stopping us from choosing.
Okay. Our mind is
The
stopping
mind,
us from
our
choosing.
mind is stop. See, hold on. The mind is stopping the intellect from being activated because the mind does not want us to realize. The moment we realize, we become a monk. We become M, master of the mind. O, only in yoga. K, N, no desires.
And
N, no desires. And K, karma is transcended. The moment you become a monk, there is you become a master of the mind. You can make the perfect decision. You can make absolute perfect decision. Then you don't have to realize. You don't have to analyze. You don't have to memorize. Like Bliko said, I don't have to wake up in the morning and find out, oh, am I Bliko? No, I realize it. Why are we forgetting? Because the mind is our master. The mind is riding our horse. We are not able to be the boss. My dear friend, that's why in the song it says, Shanti mein hai jo jivan jeeta. What happens? Shanti mein what happens? Sat ka chit karta. Why? Because the monkey becomes a monk. What Rajesh Rao told. Sat ka chit karta, wo anand pata. Why anand you get? Because the mind is miserable. What is mind? Who remembers? M-I-N-D, mind? Mind is misery. Mind is ignorance. Mind is negativity. And mind is desires. Don't forget, my dear friends. Don't forget. It is so important. Shanti mein hi jo sach ka aisa. Shanti mein hi to ehsaas ye hota. Prabhu hai andar. Mehsus ye hota. And if you get this mehsus, the moment you realize that you are God, the moment you realize you're a goddess, the moment you realize you are the divine, then why will you look for kachara? Why will you look anywhere else? You know, I have been in a room in Gulmarg from 3 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Can you believe I've not left my room? Except one time to eat breakfast. I am in such Chit Anand for 3 days. How? Why? Other people, they're roaming. They're saying, I'll go to Gundol. I was snowing today. I went out to the snow to take a video, but just outside my room. Because you have to be in that state of Satchit Anand. But we have to understand what is the cause? Why we know it, still we don't realize it. Rumata ji, kuch aaya samajh mein?
गुरुजी, वो भजन आपका याद आ रहा है मुझे, प्रभु और अपने बीच जो है ये पर्दा, ये अहंकार, अहंकार को जो छोड़ा तो मिल गया भगवान.
तो पता है आपको अहंकार से कहां से आता है? चिदानंद को पूछेंगे. आपने ऐसा बोल दिया ना, चिदानंद सर, he's master. Our master will tell us. So master, where does the ego come, master?
Because of ignorance.
And where does the ignorance come, master?
Because of mind.
देखो आंसर मिल गया. Rumata ji, ignorance is the ignorant ego is caused because of the mind. The mind creates ME.
जी.
क्यों mind ME क्यों बनाता है? Mind ME क्यों बनाता है? पता है? Mind ME बनाता है because वो प्रभु को छुपाता है. What you just now told. प्रभु और अपने बीच है पर्दा, है जो ये अहंकार. अहंकार को जो छोड़ा, उसको मिल गया भगवान. लेकिन अहंकार को नहीं छोड़ सकते आप. बोलो क्यों माता जी? अहंकार को क्यों नहीं छोड़ सकते? Tell me.
Ignorance.
Because, Girish, you know the answer?
माइंड के साथ साथ वो पैदा होता है. माइंड मरेगा तो ही अहंकार मरेगा.
Because मन बड़ा है चोर, चैन चुराता है, डर और चिंता में हमें डुबाता है. मन को है मारना, दुश्मन बड़ा है वो, मन को जो मारे मुक्ति वो पाता. My dear friends, you know what does the mind do? I tell you something new. Who can tell me? Who can tell me what does the mind do? I have never told you this before. Tell me in one line. The mind. Okay, I'll give you 5 words I want. 5 words. The mind makes 5 words.
Slave.
No. You kya ro Mataji? I'm giving you something new I told you. The mind makes. Anybody? The mind makes. Anybody? Bliss? Blicko?
Miserable. Mind makes us miserable.
The mind makes. Be on the topic, Naya. Be on the topic. The topic is saying, even though we know the truth, we don't realize the truth. Why? Because the mind makes
speedness. It creates a speed.
Who's speaking? Shashank. Shashank Kataria. No, you're new. Welcome, Shashank, to the call, but that's not the answer. I like to give you answers you'll never forget the rest of your life. The answer I give you, you will never forget the rest of your life. Nobody knows the answer. Sip gave the answer to me just now. The mind. Why is it we know the truth, but we don't realize the truth? Because the mind makes. Yes, Aru, what is the answer?
Believe in the untruth.
Aru?
Mind makes us blind.
Correct answer. The mind makes us blind.
Makes us buddhu also.
No, don't forget, mind, M-I-N-D, B-L-I-N-D. The mind makes us blind. Why? Please, it matches the topic. The mind makes us blind because we know the truth. अरे सच हमारे सामने है. अरे सच हमारे सामने हम नहीं देख सकते हैं. You know you are a goddess. You can't see you are a goddess. You know you can be a princess, but you don't want to say you're a princess. What is the cause? What is the cause?
Mind.
The mind makes us blind. Do you realize this? This is the answer of today's session. You know the truth, but you don't realize the truth. Why? Because another answer. Because you cannot see. Who will complete this? Everyone knows, but let others try. Because you cannot see. Who will say? Who will say the answer?
Because mind creates cloud.
Because you cannot see. Few words. Sudip, because you cannot see.
Because you are not in consciousness.
Because you cannot see that you are not the mind and ego me. Because you cannot see that you are not the mind and ego me. My dear friends, today's call is profound. Please don't leave this call. If you don't understand, question me. Today's call is critical. It is absolutely critical. The call is saying, even though we know the truth, we don't realize it. सच को कोई ना जानता, ये अपरोक्ष अनुभूति है, इसका कोई सबूत ना, सच का एहसास होना है. रूमाता जी, आपने कहा अनुभूति नहीं होती है. रूमाता जी, अनुभूति क्यों नहीं होती है? Why? Because the mind makes us blind. Yes, Rekha Parvani. You want to say something? Shiva.
Yes, Shiva.
Shiva.
It's like we don't realize because our mind doesn't let us and doesn't let us accept and surrender and have faith. And it
accept and surrender is दूर की बात. You're talking with the Rekha Parvani. The mind makes us blind, which means what is in front of you, you cannot see.
Yes.
You are not the mind. There is a mind you cannot find. You are not the ego. What is the ego? It doesn't exist. And you can't see. You can't see. Why you cannot see? You cannot see because the mind makes you blind. M-I-N-D-B-L-I. So next time you write the word M-I-N-D, you spell it B-L-I-N-D. Next time, whenever you say mind, you say because the mind makes you blind. Imagine you're a blind person. Can you walk? Can you walk properly? You will fall, you will trip, you will hurt yourself, you will die. We are blind, my dear friends. We are blind, and we are blind because of the mind. We are blind. Shashank, you want to say something? I'm sorry, I didn't give you the chance to speak first. Shashank, what's your question? You're a newcomer, I believe, to the call. Shashank, and then Bliko, Chidanand, and then Shunya. Shashank.
No, sir, I have completed. I was just saying that mind creates a lot of speed of thoughts, and when there is no speed, there is no thought. We can enjoy and experience the silence, the peace inside us, which is known as Satchit Anand. So the speediness of the mind is problem.
Correct. Today, Sip gave me a new analogy today. You know, I'm in Gulmarg in Kashmir, and it was raining. It was pouring. And I saw the rain was like thoughts. Have you seen rain? Have you seen rain? You've seen rain. How it pours. And then you know what happened? Sip gave me an answer. You know what happened? The temperature became 0 degrees. It stopped raining. The rain became snow. And the snow doesn't pour. The snow falls like cotton, flake by flake. And I realized the difference between mind and consciousness. Mind is when the mind is raining thoughts, and consciousness is when snowflakes are coming like one beautiful snowflake coming into our consciousness. Sip gave me a beautiful answer today. Sip showed me rain out of my balcony. Just out of my balcony, it was pouring. And in 5 minutes, the rain stopped and the snow started coming as beautiful flakes. How many of you have seen snowfall? Snowfall doesn't pour. Snowfall, I'm not talking about hailstones. I'm talking about proper snowfall. The flakes come like cotton coming from heaven. One by one, the snowflake falls. It's like entering your consciousness. This was the analogy I got today in Gulmarg. Bliko.
So we call it here the flurry.
Flurry is little bit
like snow flowing, like slowly it will fall down.
But flurry has got little bit rain mixed in it, na Bliko. The flurry sometimes, but when it starts proper snowing, flurry, proper snowfall, you notice next time you will find the snowflakes are falling gently. How gentle the snowflakes fall, Bliko?
Very calmly, and it's very enjoyable atmosphere at that time.
But you want to say something?
I want to say because the one analogy just came in my mind that you have a nice vehicle with everything inside, petrol, everything, brakes, everything is all right. You have GPS also there. Everything is connected. You are conscious, you can drive. But when you realize in the middle of the night when you are driving, there is no light. So you are stuck. So same thing, like you don't have light inside, your journey stops. So that light is important. And the light, I think it is a realization. The light will...
Yeah, but what stops? The question today is what switches off your light?
That is because of your inability to flip from mind to consciousness.
So the mind, it's the mind that makes you blind.
Mind, yes.
Mind is the biggest enemy. We have to be very careful. Thank you, Chidanand.
No, I just wanted to add, because unless we train the mind and make it still, so the secret of enlightenment is there should be a sadhana and practice. If there's no consistency in what you're doing, then this blind mind is always ready to make you blind. It's like taming an elephant. Once you tame the elephant, the elephant will obey you. That means once you tame the mind.
What you said, everything I agree. But what you said, what did you say? You must train or tame? What did you say?
Tame. You should tame the elephant. You should be able to still the mind. And that
And
can
the only
be done
and
only
the
if you
only
do
way
sadhana.
and the only way to tame the mind is
Practice.
You want the rude answer?
Kill the mind. That is, kill the mind.
Kill it. Chidanand, just kill it.
Yes.
Chidanand, there is no other way. Chidanand, there is no other way to take this rascal. Shoot it down. See, every time a thought comes, Chidanand, every time we are attacked by thoughts, there is no solution. Chidanand, you tell me from your personal experience. Can you fight? Can you tame? If the mind is agitated, that aggression causes depression. It causes repression. It causes all kinds of. You have to stop.
I learned to tame the mind only by continuous practice. Getting up early, 5:30 to 6:30, come what may. And then it started automatically obeying the intellect. So I always found like the mind was like an elephant. Anytime it will come and try to, and once you know how to train it, the other day, as you rightly said, how fast I can come back to consciousness.
Do you know,
then the speed got reduced. 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So when mind takes you away, we can bring it back. But practice is
what
required.
The scripture says, Chidanand, what the scripture says regarding taming the mind. You know that. What the scripture says. Sadhana. He said, the scripture says, he who has conquered the mind is greater than he who has conquered the world.
Yes.
Is it there? I think it's there in the Bhagavad Gita also. It's there in the Upanishads also.
Yes.
He who has conquered the mind is greater than he who has conquered the world.
Man jeete jag jeet.
You can't. Hello.
Very difficult.
Can I tell you? Don't waste your time. The only way is to shoot the rascal down. Now, Shunya, and after Shunya, I want to explain to you why. I want to get into the logic. Why, even though we know the truth, we don't realize it. I want to get into that after Shunya. Yes, Shunya.
Sir, though I have two questions, but I'll just ask one as of now. As mind blinds the intellect, so the effect of mind on the intellect is blindness. What is the cause that makes mind blind the intellect? As per the cause and effect theory, there is something which is causing the mind to behave in that way. What would be that cause?
That is the nature of the mind. It is just like asking you what makes your eyes see. That's the nature of the eyes. It is supposed to see. The mind is supposed to keep you ignorant. You are supposed to overcome the mind. You're supposed to kill the mind, still the mind. The moment you still the mind, you kill the mind, the intellect comes awake.
But then, sir, with this cause and effect theory goes for a toss, no? There is cause and effect for everything.
Yeah, the cause and effect, because of the mind, the intellect is shut down. Effect is
correct.
that.
What is the cause of the mind is SIP. Cause of mind's existence, whatever way it exists.
Ignorance.
So ignorance causes the mind to blind the intellect.
Ignorance is the mind. The mind is nothing but M-I-N-D. Please remember, just now I think she put it up in the screen. Okay. M-I-N-D. A mind is misery, mind is ignorance, mind is negativity, mind is desires. This is the mind.
What causes ignorance?
The mind is ignorance. It doesn't have to.
So what is the cause of that ignorance?
Cause of it is your karma.
Okay.
Your karma gives you a mind and ego. Your karma, your mind and ego doesn't leave you till you are free from karma. If you don't leave karma, you will come back with mind and ego. You will come back again and again and again.
Okay. Can I ask a second question if your time allows?
At the end of the call, I want to explain this now. So, my dear friends, let's quickly get to the main subject today. Even though we realize the truth, that we are SIP. What did we realize? I am SIP. I am SIP. SIP is soul. So I am soul. So I am soul. Soul is SIP. I am SIP. SIP in all. I gave you all ISIS. I gave you all the acronym. I am soul. Soul is SIP. I am SIP. SIP in all. This is such a simple formula. We know it. Do we realize it? We don't realize it. Why we don't realize it? Because the mind stops us because the mind equals B-I-N-D. Mind makes us blind. So what is the solution? Even though you know it, we don't realize it. The only solution is consciousness. The only solution is still the mind, kill the mind. The moment you still the mind and you kill the mind, you reach a state of consciousness. And who will tell me what happens in the state of consciousness? Who will tell me? You know?
Satchitanand will be.
What happens in the state of consciousness?
Intellect shines.
Correct.
The mind.
Intellect shines. No, answer. I know who gave the answer. Intellect shines.
Swami.
The moment the intellect shines, in that, you know something, somebody asked me, I would ask you another question. Suppose you go into the room and it's a dark room, right? You switch on the light. The question I'm asking you is, where did the darkness go? Where did the darkness go? Who will answer the question?
The darkness transcend into light.
No, but where did the darkness go?
It is the absence of light which we call as darkness.
Correct. Now give the same analogy with intellect. When the intellect shines, what happens? Ganesh?
There is no mind.
There is no mind. In the consciousness, when the intellect shines, my dear friend, the question comes, where does the mind go? The question of mind going does not arise. The moment you are in consciousness, the moment your intellect is in command, there is no mind. The mind is still. You are able to kill the mind, still the mind. And the moment you lose consciousness, the moment the light in the room goes off, what happens? What happens? The moment you switch off the light, what happens?
Darkness.
Huh? Where did the darkness come from? So the room was locked. The room was locked. Where did the darkness come from?
Absence of light is experienced.
The darkness doesn't have to come from anywhere. It's always there. So my dear friends, the darkness is always inside you and the light is always inside you. The darkness is also inside you and the light is also inside you. If you are able to be in the mind state, you will always have darkness. You will know, but you will not realize. If you switch on the light, the darkness will disappear. The mind will disappear. The intellect will get activated. The truth will be realized. This is the essential truth of self-realization and God realization. After I tell you all this tomorrow, still you will come back and you will tell me, but wo kaisa hota hai? How many of you have realized what I have said today? You know it. If I tell you, you will repeat word to word, many of you. But have you realized it? The ones who realize it will not permit darkness. No, when you know, you don't do. When you do, you realize. My dear friends, you all have got the Amrit in your hands. You all have got Satchidanand in your palms. You have got divinity inside you. You know it. You know it. You know it. You know you are God. You know you are God, but you don't realize you are God. Anybody has anything to ask or say?
Apo Dipo Bhava, right? We have to light ourselves.
You have to light. I can't come inside you and light your lamp. But today, at least you should realize it is M-I-N-D that is making you B-L-I-N-D. Now you understand? M-I-N-D equals B-L-I-N-D and L-I-G-H-T, light. You have a choice. If you let your mind, if you make the mind the ruler, you will be blind. The moment you kill the mind, there will be light. The moment you kill, that means the moment the moment you remove the darkness, light will automatically come on. There are two ways to do it. A, switch on the light, the darkness will disappear. B, remove the darkness, the light will appear. There are two ways to do it, my dear friends, but this is the secret of life. Can we close? Anybody wants to say something? We have 1 minute more for anybody to make a comment. Have you realized anything? Have you known? Who has learned anything today? Would anybody like to say what you have learned, what you have realized? Anybody?
शिवम मेरा जी
शिवम बोलो विवेक।
मुझे मेरा एक सवाल था, क्या कहते हैं, आप जैसे कहते हैं कि अगर थॉट्स आते हैं तो उनको किल कर दो, ऐसे ही ओशो जी भी कहते थे, क्या कहते हैं, कि अगर आपको कोई विचार आए तो आप बस उसे देखो, अच्छा बुरा कुछ भी फैसला मत करो, बस देखना हो जाओ।
देखने से क्या होगा?
कि हम उनसे अलग हैं, वो हम पे इफेक्ट ना करें, हम बस देखना हो जाओ, क्योंकि
और
अगर
वो
हम उनसे
वो
लड़ेंगे तो हम उनमें उसमें ऑल इन्वॉल्व होंगे।
आप उनको देखते रहेंगे, वो आपको खत्म कर देंगे। आपको उनमें मिटाना है। एंड कैसे मिटाना है? शांति से। शांति से मिला आनंद, सत्य के चित सच्चिदानंद। Don't think, make mind your best friend. You cannot. You cannot. Make intellect your best friend. Make consciousness your best friend. And you will be on your way. I hope today's session has opened your eyes, because when you open your real eyes, then you realize today's session. Thank you everybody for participating. You gave amazing answers, right from Ashok Nichani in the beginning, Bliko, Girish, everybody, all of you, amazing answers. Shidanand. But I hope that what we learned today, the mind makes us blind. Even though we know the truth, we are not able to realize the truth because the mind makes us blind. With folded hands, I bow down to you.